Well, even when thieves are convicted, justice is not always served.
Many victims never get the restitution ordered to them, and some may not know they've got a say in who sees that money first. The owner of Uphill Bikes lost his uphill battle after a couple wrote him fraudulent checks in the spring of 2015.
It didn't take very long before the hit was hard enough to take down my company.
And although the two were convicted and ordered to pay him about $6,000 of restitution, Adam Hannebarger only got $49,000.
Their bond went to paying their court fees and their court costs, and very little of it went to restitution.
Does that happen?
It can happen. I can't talk about any cases in particular.
So we looked into Hannebarger's case ourselves, and we found not only were court fees prioritized before him, but other victims' cases as well.
We have a number of cases where we have multiple victims.
It's ultimately up to the judge to decide which person or business gets paid first.
But these are difficult issues when you have multiple victims and everybody feels like they ought to be paid.
Currently, there's no set law on the order, but should there be?
We can take a look at that this summer.
I worry about any blanket rule that says the first victim to file gets it, or the person that has the most money that is owed, that they always go first. I was worried about having something that's not flexible.
And that's why I think it's important to study this and listening to the challenges that people have on getting the money.
Judge Sean Person says you don't have to wait for lawmakers to hear your challenges.
We love to see victims here. We love to get information from them.
But Person says too often they can't be here. They've got work and other obligations keeping them from staying involved in their case.
When that happens, oftentimes I'm afraid there's some confusion and that they may not fully understand the agreement that's being presented to the court.
That seems to be the case with Hannebarger. He was busy trying to save his business and he had a baby on the way. If those factors were made clear to the judge, though, his restitution may have been bumped up on the list.
I've had cases before where the victim, that was their rent money, that was their food money, and they can't survive until they get that paid. Obviously, we want to do what we can to get them made whole as soon as we possibly can.
After we brought Hannebarger's situation to light, Judge Person scheduled a new restitution hearing for one of the people convicted in the case. Hannebarger isn't sure if that will get him his money back, but he does have a dream of reopening his business.
It cost me everything that I had, and so, and with a new baby, and like I said, I'm a single father, and so, it's going to take a little bit of time.
Coming up tomorrow night at 6, we look into how prosecutors can get creative when it comes to giving criminals an incentive to pay back victims, and specifics about what lawmakers can do about unpaid restitution.